you guys heard a little bit, very small, about what I do, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more. I've got just a few minutes. And I actually have a question for you guys. We've had some amazing speakers today, right? And how many of you guys are feeling super inspired about what you're going to go home and do for your health and wellness? Okay, now I have a real honest question, and you don't have to raise your hand if it feels too vulnerable. Who's feeling a little bit like, oh crap, I kind of suck? And, oh, I hear the knowing laughter. That just answers the question. Okay, awesome. So if you feel that way, it's totally cool. You're not alone. And part of the reason you feel that way, let me just give you the spoiler, is because we love, well, really a lot of times in life, we might not love this, but we often get so focused on what's going wrong. We're trying to control what could potentially go wrong in our lives, right? We often miss out on what's actually beautifully going right. Has anyone ever noticed that before about yourself? Maybe you just figured that out because I just said that. So in your mind, you don't have to say this out loud, think of one thing you did today that you would consider healthy. Fruit juice. I love it. Is anyone struggling to come up with, like, just in your gut response, like, oh, what did I do that was healthy? Right? Like, Kristen had an amazing talk about all the loving acronym, which, by the way, was like a great segue to what I was going to say. Did you go to lunch and you're like, ooh, vegetables, 60 cups, right? You guys shouldn't have a cheeseburger, right? So we get so focused on what we shouldn't be doing that we often miss out on what we're doing that's actually pretty good. If you missed out, if you couldn't figure out what you did that was healthy, you guys are all here. Right? So other Christians said, say yes to yourself. That was our very first talk. You said yes to yourself to come here, right? So that's awesome. So with me, my story, little brief snippet of it, I totally applied this mentality when I was going through treatment for a really rare form of cancer. I had a massive tumor in my right lung. And with my healthcare background, I had this mindset, which I was already doing, was I know all the things to do. I know all the boxes to check. I know how to do all the natural healing, plus all the not so natural healing I was doing for cancer. And I was running around with this mile-long to-do list of doctors and podcasts and research and books and more research and second opinions and all these things. And as I was doing that, I was exhausted, which was completely defeating the purpose, right? So I got really, really clear, and I slowed down, got clear, and I was like, wait a minute. This is not very sustainable. Makes no sense. I am trying to control something over which, an outcome, over which I truly have very little to no control. And I was missing out on the beauty of what was actually going on in my life around me by all of that overdoing and overachieving. And part of the reason was because I felt so afraid and helpless. I mean, who wouldn't, right, in that situation? So, in that process, I was like, well, that is interesting. I thought I was doing all these things out of love for myself. I thought this was wellness, right? And we can spend that in a million ways, right? We were talking about how to define that for yourself. And there was this hidden intention of fear. And there's nothing wrong with fear. It's a natural, normal human emotion. But when it goes unchecked and we start making up all these stories in our heads and start like spiraling and overdoing like I was, you can exhaust yourself, and then it's not really wellness at that point, is it? And I decided, I made a very brave and unpopular decision among many of the people I knew, was I was just going to love myself enough to let go of all of that control, to let go of letting fear drive the bus, and instead surrender and just do my best to stay present in each moment and accept and know in my heart that that was healthy enough. And what I've been saying, my oncologist can totally vouch for this, while the treatments themselves were very helpful and all the healthy things I was doing were very helpful, I personally know in my heart that one of the most important things for being able to beat that cancer, was the mindset shift that I made. And so, as I went through that, I looked around me and I saw so many people like me. It wasn't just cancer, you could just be wanting to lose weight, or just wanting to feel better in your body, or wanting to have less stress in your life. So many people like me had unconsciously signed up for the belief that we needed to be afraid of what was going on in our health. You pick up your phone. We do it right now. We all do this as an exercise. You could literally find the next latest and greatest thing you need to be afraid of, right? Now, let me give you a pretty simple example that's not cancer, how this might show up for you, okay? Do you guys look both ways before you cross the street? Yes? Okay, good, awesome. Do you do it because you're afraid that you might get hit by a car, maybe injured, die? Yeah. There we go. You're programmed, but you didn't know it. Or could you do it because you love this body that carries your beautiful spirit around. And you want to get to the other side of the street because you want to be able to live your life and see the people you love. Have you ever thought about it that way? Has anyone stopped to think about that before they stop crossing the street? You'll do it now. Oh, you have. Once. 1 minute. Okay, great. So, so that's what I do in my practice. I help women to see that being healthy goes so much deeper than all the things we can do, all the supplements and all the nutrition. And ultimately, over the last 10 years, I've been building a practice to help people see that. So, in that process, my clients and I know that in order to be truly healthy, in order to sustain your health for the long run, you've got to make that shift from a place of fear, which you probably didn't know you might have, right, to a more loving place. And if you don't do that, you'll probably continue to struggle and maybe with other things, right? I realized, even if I did beat the cancer, I didn't really want to live my life that way anymore. It was exhausting. So I invite you guys over to our table, the one with the unicorn balloons. And you can get a magnet you can put up anywhere in your life to remind you to make that very simple shift, which in itself is a very loving act of self-care. So you can do all these healthy actions, and surrender doesn't mean you give up, it just means you give up all that grasping energy behind trying to always control something that you can't. Thanks, guys.